Hi, let's start with the bridge. I'm so glad you're here. When we're in bridge, we're going to take a moment to just set an intention for a healthy moving practice or session. So making sure that everything feels good. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, begin curling your lower back off the mat and go until you're on your shoulder blades and lower your spine. And just start waking up the back body. Exhale, press your feet into the floor and then back down. And what we're doing is activating the hamstrings, the glutes, and the muscles that support the spine. You're relaxing your neck and shoulders. And as you do this, you're getting blood flow to the back. So it's going to be articulating just a little bit better. If you know you have any tight areas, you can spend a little extra time on those. It's almost like you're picking up a beautiful string of pearls. You're picking up each vertebra one at a time. Now we're going to stay up on this next one and hold. So if you would like to add on, interlace your fingers underneath your spine and hold your hips in a level position and make sure there's a little space underneath your neck. It's like you could slide a pencil underneath your neck. Hold here. Breathing in the nose if you can. Breathing into the belly. The diaphragm expands like a balloon. And just notice where everything feels. It's going to get our mind on the inside where we start helping the nervous system. So we can calm the nervous system while strengthening the muscles. So take another inhale and release your arms. Now exhale, lower your spine back down. And just for a moment, let's take happy baby. Nanda Malasana, hold on to the feet. Let the knees go wider than your rib cage. And you're just going to feel that you have a little hamstring stretch. Now we're going to take the legs like there's a little table underneath our shins. Take your fingertips behind your head and rotate your exhale, your torso to your thigh. And as you exhale, check out that your abs are pulling in and you're not letting your abs pooch. All right, let's take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, if you can, add on a set where the heels lead the way. Now your toes are pulling back. Your exhale pulls your belly in. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Now on the one, let your head rest and take your hands to your feet. Now the knees are wide like you're a little butterfly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let your left foot down and put your right ankle on top of your thigh. Now it's almost like you have a figure 4. Lift up your hips and lower. You're going to do 10 on each side, but if this isn't good for you, just put both feet down and do the bridge that we started off with. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let your foot down and switch your ankle to your thigh. Now lift up 10, 9, and 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift up your legs into vertical. Now at first the hamstrings are just a little tight, so you're not going to force them to lengthen, but you're going to take one leg down and then the other. And inhale, sipping air to the outer ribs. Sip, sip. Now your belly pulls in. Now pull your toes back. Good. And 4, 3, 2. Now 1, I want you to put your legs on the floor, and I'm going to move my hand so you can see me. Now we do bridge. I want you to, and I'll move my sweatshirt, lift up your hips, kind of like you're doing a long knee bridge, and lift up your hips and do a long knee bridge. So lift up. Now I want you to think about the inner heel pushing just as much as the outer heel. Think about the inner heel pushing just as much as the outer heel.
You may have to soften your knees a little bit so they don't bend backwards. You got it, Shreen. That's it. I see it. Good, Betty. Lift up. Micro bend the knees so they don't bend backwards. Lift up. Now, if you're a hip clicker, sometimes this can help activate the muscles that stabilize the femur in the hip socket, the glute medius, the hamstring, and the inner thigh. And so if you feel, or glute medius, so you could feel the booty lifting on both sides. Try to feel both your right and left side. Try to feel your inner heel, and then hold this up if you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower your hips, bring that legs back up. Let's do a second set of the scissors. Point, point, and hold the point for a count of 10 again. Pull your belly in. You can look down and see that it's pulling in. Now flex for 10. Pull your toes back. Exhale and exhale. Good. Now you may notice your hamstring is getting a little bit looser here. It's getting warmer. 4, 3, 2, rest your head, pull your thighs into your belly, and just move your ankles freely. We're going to get a little mobility in there. This next move is called double leg stretch. So it's almost like you're a cannonball. I'm going to start with the modified arms and legs up, and then hug your shins. If you know where I'm going, you can continue. Arms and legs up, and exhale. All right, arms and legs up, and exhale. Very good. Up, and exhale. Now lift up your shoulders, and you're going to go into a big stretch. Inhale, open up your arms and legs, and keep the belly pulled in. So what you're doing is such a long lever that it is harder. So if it's too hard, go more vertical, and I'll demonstrate that. And you really have to pull your belly in on the inhale. So your inhale goes to the outer ribs, your exhale pulls your belly in. Keep looking down your thighs so your neck is in a healthy place, like you have a grapefruit underneath your chin. 2 more, inhale, 1 more, and rest. Your hands can go to your thighs, and you can stir a pot. Move the thigh in the hip socket. Let's stir the pot each direction. Very good. And then we're going to let those feet down again. Curl your spine up in a bridge. Now lift up your right leg, and you can flex it down and you can point it up. You can flex it down and you can point it up. Now as you do this, keep the hips level. The hips are parallel. You're making sure one hip isn't higher than the other. Pointing and flexing is also going to floss the nerve. 6, 7, 8, and you're coordinating your breath. Inhale and exhale. 1 more for 10, and lower that little foot. Good, Cheryl. And then other leg up, and you're going to flex down and inhale up, point, flex, and point, and flex, and work that ankle. Keeping the ankles healthy, helping with balance. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then on the 10th, you can lower your foot, inhale, and exhale. Lower yourself back down and take a little bicycle ride, and then just see how your abs are working. You're welcome to do that. Another second progression is take your hands behind your head and do an ab crunch up, an ab crunch up, an ab crunch up. Now, if you would like to keep going, bicycle your arms and bicycle yourself up to your booty. And go up 2, good, Cheryl. And if you want it harder, cross your arms on your chest, glue your elbows to your sides, to your ribs. And we'll take 4 more, and take 3 more, and take 2 more, and take 1 more, and then rest. You can take a full body stretch, reach through your arms, reach through your legs. Good, stretch it out. You can shift through your hips so one leg gets longer than the other. Good. And leave the left leg down. We're going to lift up the right leg and draw a circle while you keep your shoulders down. 2 and 3, and your neck soft. 4,
and then go the other way.
Now you can hug that leg in and just point and flex that foot. Circles, circles the other way. Spread the toes. Good, Cheryl, that's great. Spread them and then spread them. And let's do the other foot down, the other leg and the other leg up. Now draw a circle 10 times. Go the other way. Now you're gonna pull that leg into your belly and you can point and flex it. You can add circles. You can spread the toes. And we'll take both legs up and draw a bigger circle. Corkscrew and corkscrew. And inhale, and then exhale to finish that. Inhale, and exhale to finish that. I like it, good. You feel your abs pulling your ribs down, your shoulders glued.
And we're gonna take 4 more. You can act like there's a ribbon between your legs. 3.
Really good. Hug the legs in. Very good. Spread those toes. Good, Sherry. And then when you're ready, let's go to our side. Let your elbow prop yourself up. And you're going to hinge a little bit right here. Take this top leg and draw an 8. Now we're circling forward of the bottom leg and behind. Your toes are pointed at this point. And lift up through your ribs. Now, when you've done your 10, you can pull your toes back. Now your heel is going to draw the 8 that's on its side, like an infinity circle or like a snowman on its side. Good. Keep lifting up through your ribs and keep breathing regularly. All right, let's take this body down. Arm is like a pillow. Take your top leg and just stretch it in front. Now your bottom leg is pointing and draw an 8. Some of the circle or the 8 is ahead of your body and some of it is behind. You're pointing. You feel your inner thighs. This leg is soft. And at the 10, you can pull your toes back. Now draw the 8 backwards with your heel. And then let's do everything on the other side. So take your elbow down, prop yourself up, hinge forward just a little, point the toes, and let's make a circle that is, it's 2 circles. It's an 8 on the side. You're lifting up through your ribs. You're pointing your toes. This arm is vertical to your body. Now on the 10th one, pull your toes back, go backwards. Okay, we're gonna lie down, arm like a pillow, pull that leg forward, lift up your bottom leg and draw circles. Eights, so part of the circle's ahead of your body, part of it's behind. It's a crazy eight. It's an infinity symbol. 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Now pull your toes back and let's reverse it. 2, 2. I like it. Okay, that's wonderful. And now we're going to add on a plank. So curl your toes, lift up your hips. Now, if you need to modify, go to your knees. Otherwise, hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now a side plank. Hold 10, 9, 8. Good. 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2. Side plank on the other side. Elbow down and hold. Your arm can be up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And both elbows down again. Front plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower your pelvis, lower your head, and then your legs are now going to individually lift up, one and then the other, and pivot your hip bone off the floor, one and then the other, and one and then the other, and one and then the other. And so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, and 3. We're going to do 2 more. So 1, 1. Now, both legs lift up and tap the feet together while both legs are off the floor. Both shins are off the floor. Both knees are off the floor. And you're tapping the feet towards each other. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And on the 1, rest. Now, take a child's pose where your hips go back to your heels, unless that doesn't serve your knees. Then just leave your hips in the air. Ah, feels good. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then take a downward dog with your wide fingers like pieces of pie are between them. Down dog. Hold. If you need more intensity, you can pull your toes off the floor. 10, 9, as if you were sliding a piece of paper underneath your toes. 4, 3, 2, and then let's bend one knee and bend the other. So this is going to feel like you're walking in place or you're pedaling. And 1. And then both heels are going to press. Inhale. And as you exhale, come on back down to your forearm plank. Now, anytime you need to rest, you can. But if you can, add on. So in your plank, drop your left hip just a little by rotating your pelvis. Then drop your right hip just a little. And your left and your right. It's like you're doing a baby twist, a little rotation. 8, 7. Now keep your feet energized so your knees don't twist. It's just your hips. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to take a side plank. If you'd like to add on a tree here, I'm going to take this sock off. You can take your foot on your calf or your inner thigh and come up. Now just hold for a tree. If that's too much, go back to plank. If that's still too much, go to your knees. 5. Whoa, keep going. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to lower our hip and let's go to the other side. I'm removing my sock. It just adds a little coefficient of friction so you don't slide. Heel on the mat, other foot on the calf or inner thigh, go up, vertical arm. This is the most important cue, that you are strong with the vertical arm. 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5. Michelle, you might be able to lift your hip just a millimeter. 3. Yep, that looks good. 2 and 1. Now relax. We're going to the other side. We're going to add on 6 rotations with your feet long. But if you would like a advanced move, go into tree with that rotation. So your choice. Go up first. Now, if you're adding on rotation, 6. Exhale, 5. Very good. 4. The bottom hip will be tempted to move, so don't let it drop. You're doing great. 2, 1. Now lower that hip. 6 on the other side. The possibility was you could do it in tree. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower. Really good. Now, if you need a sip, grab a sip. We're going to take over the painting the rainbow. Elbow underneath the shoulder. Same thing. If you want to make it harder, add that tree. Okay. Now lift up. You're going to take it up and over. 6. And you don't have to do this with tree. 5. But I did want to offer a harder one. 4. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Lower your hip with care. I like it. Let's do the other side. You could do tree. And take it up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very good. All right, we're going to take a little inner thigh stretch here called bound angle. You can put your feet together and exhale forward and just shake out, release any tension up there in the neck and the shoulders. 10. Looks great. Now you're welcome to stay here, or if you would like to do one reverse plank, you can do that now. And your hands are behind you. So if you don't want to do reverse plank, just stay in bound angle or even move the feet out a little bit. Otherwise, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. 3. Nice, Michelle. Good knee bend. 2. And then lower your booty down. Nice. We're going to take a slight knee bend and do a bit of a partial roll down. Now you notice that feet are always down. That is the place to start. But if you want to make it harder, go down, up, and over. If you do not, you just stay with that partial roll down. And exhale over an imaginary beach ball. And exhale over. And over. Now, if you want it harder, take an arm position that looks like a picture frame and then roll down. Keep the picture frame as you peel up. Talk about more advanced picture frame. And up. Now, there is a harder one, the neck pull. So if you're doing the harder one, if you need another one, you hinge, but you're flat. Now, when you cannot hinge anymore, you flex, just like before. Now, keep your elbows wide. Exhale, peel up and go over. Now, remember, just go back to partial rollback if you need a modification. Otherwise, you're going to hinge
And you're gonna flex. And exhale, peel up and over. Lift your spine, hinge, roll. Let's do 2 more. Lift up, hinge, roll. 1 more. Over the beach ball, straighten up, hinge, and then flex and take a full body stretch. Breathe here. Now lift up both legs and act like you're just making a little pair of scissors. They can be softly pointed. Now that, if you put your hands on your abs, are working, but we're gonna add on a possible cross-country skier. One hand behind the head, one hand goes to the opposite ankle. You could even think pinky to pinky. So the pinky on your hand goes to the pinky on your foot, the pinky on your hand goes to the pinky on your foot, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. The next one, you could take a leg up and you can do a little crunch, or you can come up 5 of these, climb a trees. Now, another modification would be to stretch that hamstring. 2 without the climb a tree. And inhale, we're gonna switch it up. So take your other leg up in 5. You can climb a tree. You could do a modified crunch. You could just do a hamstring stretch. 3, 4, 1 more. 5. Now, if you want both, you're gonna inhale and exhale up, teaser. Exhale up, teaser. 3, 4, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Let your legs out big and wide like a V. And then, awesome. Stretch out the inner thighs. And this is a great place just to kind of relax your neck. Good. Yep. You can always remove those sit bones back. That was good. Release your inner thighs. You might find you need to go out wider, or that you might need to lean more forward as you get warmed up. Looks great. Relax here. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale. And then as you exhale, gently come back up and draw your feet behind you. We're going to go into a plank again. Now in this plank, you can either stay still or lift up your right toes and point them to the wall behind you, and then lift up your left toes and point them to the wall behind you. So let's do 10 of lifting up your toes and pointing them to the wall behind you. So I'm going to count 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now turn sideways to me with your elbow underneath your shoulder. Go into a fingertip behind your head position into side plank and pause. If you would like to add a baby pulse, maybe 2 to 3 inches in your hips and your torso. 10, 9, 8, head back, 7, 6, against imaginary wall, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower that hip. Let's go to the other side. Elbow underneath your shoulder. You're going to extend your legs, hand behind your hip, behind your head, lift up in plank. Once you get settled, go up 10 times little pulses. 9, head back, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grab a sip if you need it. We're gonna do some belly down
swan work for posture. Belly down, swan work. Hover your hands and just lift up your upper body, okay? So the lower body is anchored for now. Just breathe and notice how you go up and down. That right there is so good for the upper back. So I know it seems small, but don't ever feel bad about this one. This one is bigger in its benefits than you would think. All right, so the upper back is getting some strength, but you also feel your hamstrings and your glutes. Now, without over contracting your glutes, gently press your hands. So check your glutes, you're making sure they don't over contract, and you're peeling up. Now we're gonna lower down and then peel up our legs. And lower your legs and peel up your spine. And then when you can't lift your spine anymore, let your hands help. Belly pulls in. I'd say the belly pull in is more important than the glutes. So that way you don't over contract them. Lift up. Also, your upper trapezius are out of it. Your neck is out of it. Your shoulder blades are down the back. Keep going. I'm just giving cues as we do this. Upper back and then hands push. And exhale. And then your legs. And then your upper back. And your legs. And your upper back. And your legs. Now the next time your upper back is up, hold here. Shoulder blades are down the back. 10, 9, 8, good. 7, 6, enjoy this with the breath. 5, 4, and then lower. All right, hands beside your hips, palms facing the floor if you can, if your shoulders feel okay here. Lift up your upper back, lift up your legs, and just breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, your hands can interlace at the low back. If not, just leave them beside your hips. Lift up again. Breathe. And then switch your hands and go up again. Lift up. And relax. Now, if you want to do that again, you can. If you would like to bend both knees and hold on to your ankles or your feet, lift up. Inhale and exhale. You can push back into a child's pose, but let's take our knees wide on this one so your belly goes right down the middle, and then drop your belly down and breathe in your diaphragm. Just a child's pose, Betty. Just your hips back. Yeah, unless that feels good. Go ahead and do whatever you want. Yeah, low back. 5. So we're just taking a diaphragmatic breath. 3. And then a downward facing dog. Now in the downward dog, your option is to activate the one heel. So put one left foot on top of the right heel, and you're going to get more stretch on that foot, 10, or calf. Otherwise, you can just stay in a normal down dog. And then let that foot come down and put your other foot on the heel. Both feet are gonna press. And you're doing a down dog. If you would like to add on, put your elbows down and do dolphin. That's a little more demand on the upper body. Good. Push strong with your arms. And now walk your toes back far enough that you can go into a plank. And if you would like to add on, push through your toes and drop back through your heels. If that doesn't feel good, let's say you have a metatarsalgia or a plantar fasciitis, just stay put or put a foam roller underneath your shins. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now rest your pelvis and you can stay in Sphinx or you can go in a swan, because it's your choice. It's just an extension. Beautiful. Looks great. Now we're going to put some moves together with the plank. So let your elbows be down on the mat, curl your toes. Now you can just hold plank, or if you would like to add on, lift up your left foot like you're pointing it to the wall behind you and drop through your right heel at the same time. Now come into plank. Lift up your right toes, point them towards the wall behind you, drop your left heel, lift up your left toes, drop your right, lift up, and just keep alternating. And keep alternating. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold, drop your pelvis. Press your hands on the floor. 10, 5. Now lower your spine and either take your interlaced fingers and lift up your arms, your legs, and your torso, or do the second bow pose, hands to feet. Neck is soft. You might even have to tuck your chin. 5, 3, 2, and relax. Okay, downward dog. Press your hips back. Press your fingers wide like pieces of pie between them and pedal it out. See if the calves feel a whole lot looser than when we first started. I know mine do. I hope yours do too. Now when you're ready, you might have to push your toes back a couple inches. Come into plank for a moment, just enough to lower down. Let your arm be your pillow and go sideways. Lift up your exhale, your legs, with your 20 times with your obliques working, not your neck. 10 more. Now either roll over like a log to the other side, or if you want to come up 3 times and do the banana boat, you can. And 2, and 1 more, and 1. Now I'm going to just change so I can see your faces, but we're going to do the other side. So your arms like a pillow. Good, Michelle. I like that. Or you can use a pillow. I like that even better. Up 20 times. Feel your belly pull in. And you're controlling the down as much as you are the up. You don't just let gravity pull you. You can look down and see your toes. They're not drifting behind you. Now, if you would like, you can do a banana boat. You can also just take a moment to lie on your back and stretch your thighs into your belly. 1 more. Banana and boat. Perfect. And then lie down and take a full body stretch. Good, sure. Good, sure. Full body stretch. Now, this is going to be a double crunch. So I'm going to layer it. If you know where I'm going and you want to just go straight into it, you can. So with the double crunch, the first part is legs up and you just lift your shoulders off the mat. You're looking down your thighs. You don't really put your head down. You don't want to hurt your neck. Now, after you do 10 of those, head down just the legs by lifting your pelvis. Not throwing, not kicking, but abs. If you're not sure, put your hand here on your lower abs. That is firing. Anytime you can do that. Now we're gonna put the two together if you would like, double crunch. Both the shoulder blades and the pelvis come off the mat. You can always just choose one half. You could always just do a hip stretch. Ellen, you're missing your favorite ones. Okay, 5 more, I know, 4, you love these. 3, 2, and recover for a moment. We're gonna do a second set. Sometimes it's like the brain needs to understand what it's doing. Lift up the legs, hand behind your head, and go up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, take 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. And take your hands to the inner feet or ankles and let your knees go wide. Let your neck rest. You could even move your head right and left and just kind of release tension from your neck. Perfect. We're gonna take a sideways position here. So let your arm be a pillow and lift up both legs. Now you can point the toes and take the top leg up and down while your bottom leg is off the floor as much as you can. Looking down, you see your feet in your peripheral vision. Now you're going to pull your toes back like your heel is leading the way. Let your bottom leg go up and control it down. Now your bottom leg's doing the work. Now your top leg's doing a little work to sustain the contraction. Try to stack the hips like there's a wall behind your hips. 3, 2, now belly down. Lift up both legs and tap the feet 20 times with the knees off the floor, building your hamstrings, your inner thighs, and your glutes. 10 more. Your neck is soft. Your knees are off the mat. And we're going to turn to the other side. I have to turn to face you, so you just turn how you need to. Legs up first. Now, up and down with the top leg. Pointing. You can look down and see your legs. Now pull your toes back and do 10. Now belly down. Lift up both legs and tap your feet together 20 times. And 20, and then push back, downward dog. Press your heels back. And hold, stretch out those legs. If you want more, lift up your toes. That's gonna add more hamstring calf stretch. Lift up your sit bones, your arms press back. Now either stay in a down dog or walk your feet back a couple inches and go through a plank and an up dog and press back. Now if you want to stay in down dog, that is just fine. Inhale and exhale, or if you want to go to your elbows and do this in a forearm position. And 3 more. And 2. And 1. Good. Now down dog. And the next posture is going to be push-ups. And so if you want to do these on the wall, you can. If you want to do these on your knees, you can, or even like, so this is the box or the knees or the full. So your main goal is keeping the ribs lifted. You're in line with the shoulder. You're not letting your head drop. Good. 2, 3. I love the wall push-ups variation. Great. 4, 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Recover for a moment. We're going to do one more set of 10. So if you're standing and you want to stay standing, just stay up there. Yeah, and Michelle, that's what I was going to offer. If you're standing, interlace the fingers. If you're down, you could do a child's pose. Good. We're going to do a second set. Please honor your body. You can do these on your knees. You can do them on the wall. And just take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, let's take a lie down hip opener. So when we meet on the back, it's going to be right ankle to left thigh. I'm gonna grab my strap so it's handy. If you need to grab your sip or grab a strap so it's handy, please do. Okay, ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through the window. Relaxing through your hip. If you'd like to add on an ankle circle here, ankle rolls, this is a great place, 5 each way. You can point and flex. It's also good, you could just release your neck, act like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your nose. It's called nose circles. Just a way to release tension in the neck, the small little neck structures, because the head is supported by the floor. Spread your toes, spread your toes, spread your toes, spread your toes. One more time, spread. All right, let's do the other side, ankle to thigh. Reach your hands to the window and hug that hip. It's going to be a great hip stretch. You're going to feel like your exhales are letting go of tension. If you would like to add on the 5 rolls with your ankles, this is a great place to do it. 5 the other way. Try to remember what the first set of ankle rolls were at the beginning of class. You can tell the ankles have loosened. You can point and flex. Keep pulling that hip in. Now you're going to add spread the toes, spread the toes, spread the toes. And if your toes don't spread, get your hands in there and help them. Inhale and exhale. Now let's take I brought the strap over for a reason. If you would like the strap, put it around a foot, your right foot, and then take your left leg down if you can and hold. Feel like your hamstring belly is stretching, not the knee and not the sit bone. Relaxing. Now you can cross the midline. It's going to feel like more outer hamstring. And then see if you can take your leg out more, inner thigh-ish hamstring, inner hamstring out to the side. And you must feel how your low back relaxes. Bye, Ellen. I love having you. Bye, honey. Bye. Have a great day. 5, 4, 3. And you can take your other foot in there and lift it up and take the other one down. Good. Nice. And then relax your back and relax your shoulders. Now we're going to gently take that leg across the midline just a little bit. It's going to feel like outer hamstring. Also, this hip flexor is getting a stretch. Relax your abs. You can open up the leg to the side, and now the inner hamstring and the inner hamstring and inner thigh are stretching. Drop through that right hip flexor. Take another inhale. Now as you exhale, bring that leg up. Now we're going to take a knee down twist. So I'm going to show you a different one. If you would like to have the other one, you can have it. But if you start with your knees bent, your right thigh crosses once or twice by hooking underneath your calf. You lift your booty up and kind of scooch it to the right while you take your knees left. Your right arm goes out like a T and you take your gaze that way. So just relax here. Five, 4, 3, 2, and on the 1, gently unwind, and then take the feet on the floor, knees bent. If you're adding that eagle variation, the left leg crosses once and maybe twice. Scoot your hips over left and take your knees right. Lift arm out like a T or a Y, and then relax. Your back is long from your rib to your pelvis. Your eyes are soft or closed already, and you can breathe in through the nose. And just imagine you're melting like butter on a skillet, like a sandbag on the beach with the 4 corners cut. All the sand is just spilling out. And just melting with your breath, melting with your breath. Relaxing. And 5. Now, when you're ready, take a moment to come back, thighs in, and you can put your legs on the wall. So you can put them on the wall or you can put them on a couch, and just take a little shavasana with the legs up, Viparita Karini. Let your inhale go in through your nose and let your exhale melt you more. And I'll put you in the scene where I was yesterday, Wild Horse Hot Springs. And there's 2 swans in the water, and the water looks like a red auburn color from the minerals in the hot springs. And you can smell the sulfur in the air. And you can look out and see osprey in their nest. You can look out and see hawks. And you're just sitting in the most perfect temperature pool for you. You can make it what you want. And you're submerged, and all of the warmth and the minerals are helping all of your joints feel nourished and cared for. And the smell of sulfur
let your mind know that you're getting healing, that you're relaxing. And any kind of achiness leaves the body. And your body is just light, and the arms and legs gently float because they're supported by the hot springs water. And just look out at the swans, look out at the osprey, and notice that field of cattails and red maroon water with the steam coming off with the mountains in the background. So notice how that feels to be in a healing environment, and gently begin waking up the fingers and the toes and start coming up towards a seated position, lifting up through your spine, and then just let your hands come to your heart. Take a moment to set an intention of peace and ease, just like you felt in the hot springs. Whenever you need it, that you come back and recalibrate yourself. And when you're ready, let your eyes open and come back into the room with so much appreciation. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. I hope I see you tomorrow. Bye guys. Thank you so much.